Well, howdy, folks. Well, now, somebody mentioned that I should make a video about what I love after making a video about what I hate. So what does Bodine love? Well, Bodine loves lots of stuff, especially when he's in a good mood. So what do I love? Well, I'll tell you, if you promise not to laugh at me. I love looking at promise not to laugh at me. Well, I love looking at stuff that's growing. Ooh, you're laughing. Wait, before we start coming up with conclusions of some sort. That's good. Stuff that's growing is good. Yeah. Well, as part of my job, I deliver stuff that grows. And I've been doing that for over a decade. It's happy stuff. That's right. But long before I had this job, I like seeing stuff that's growing. I like to look at nature. Of course, I like all the furry animals running around, you know. The other day I had a vole outside my house, which was really cool. I look out the window. It's a little bit smaller, I guess, than a chipmunk. It was all gray. It's like, well, that's not a rat. It's not a mouse. It was a vole. Had these two little black beady eyes and it's looking up at me. So yeah, that made me happy. Birds make me happy. One of my favorites is the eastern bluebird. I don't know, every time I see an eastern bluebird, it's like I got a smile. I don't know. Especially when the sun hits them and it's like this neon glowing blue. That makes Bodine happy. Springtime makes me happy. Stuff starts growing. Like I said, I like to see stuff growing. Anything from the skunk cabbage popping up out of the ground to just the first signs of green, the buds on the trees, and I'm not a giant fan of grass unless it's meadows. I like my meadows. But looking out and seeing the first spring greens, a light shade of green, that makes me happy. Yep. What else makes me happy? The sky makes me happy. Sunrises. Yeah, I love it when I'm out in the morning when the sun's first coming up and sometimes there's fog fills like a valley up, and the way the light lights up the fog. It's just beautiful stuff. Makes me happy. Yep, that's something I like. Sunsets. Yep. The night sky. Oh, different kinds of food. You know, that makes me happy. What else makes me happy? String quartets. Symphonic music. Yeah, I like that a whole lot. Symphonic music. Of course, I like my jazz. Jazz is kind of jumpy. You know, it's fun. Classical music, symphonic music, that makes me happy. Actually makes me more happy than jazz. The symphonic music makes me happy because symphonic music has more, there's more to it in a way than jazz. Jazz is about, well, a lot of times, maybe most of the time, it's about improvisation, so it's interesting to do it or to hear someone wailing away. Whereas classical music, what you call classical music, doesn't necessarily come from the classical period of time, but it's kind of an umbrella term. It touches more emotions And the fact that it's music doing that makes me happy, even if the music itself wasn't meant to make you happy. So we got that. Of course, punching out of work on payday makes me happy. No real big deal on that, but it's good to have some extra money in the pocket from payday. What else makes me happy? Well, sometimes I see some little kids, you know, they're cute and funny, and it puts a smile on my face, so I can say that makes me happy. Sometimes old people make me happy. You know, nice people make me happy. Yeah. People being nice and friendly and interested. You know, if I'm telling a little story to somebody and it's like I don't finish the story, but it's like they didn't care what I was saying, well, okay, that don't make me happy. But if somebody stands there and they listen to my whole story and they ask questions and stuff like, because they're interested. So, yeah, that would make me happy. Interested people in some story I'm telling. That makes me happy. Somebody listening. What else makes me happy? Well, finishing up a project, whether it's some musical thing or, you know, maybe a video, or if I'm building something, fixing something, and I get it done, that makes me happy. What else makes me happy? You can go back to nature and think about that again. The ocean. The ocean makes me happy. It makes me think. It's timeless in a way. That makes me happy. The old mountains and the streams. Water that's sparkling in the sunlight. And I can look through it and see the bottom. And there's a fish swimming around. I'm finding a salamander or some kind of bug I've never seen before. That makes me happy. Sometimes I find a bug in my house and catch it and let it loose outside. Like I gave it a new lease on life. That makes me happy. What else makes me happy? I don't know. Those are the big things, I guess, off the top of my head, but what makes me happy. I'm sure there's other things. That'll have to suffice for now. So there you go. For that person or those people that wanted to hear about what makes me happy after making some kind of grumpy videos for a while. Yeah. I was making some grumpy videos and said, well, what makes you happy? What do you love? Well, there's some stuff. Farmland makes me happy. There's another one. Driving through farmland and maybe seeing some crop where it's not the usual crop. Like, you know, a field that's covered in leeks, which is of the onion family, or Brussels sprouts, or some odd crop growing. Actually, all kinds of stuff makes me happy. Talk to you later. What makes you happy? Before I click the off button here. What makes you happy? That's kind of what makes me happy. Some stuff. All right. Talk to you later.